My name is Georgia, and my role on the Esperanza is as a deckhand. The job of a deckhand depends on what the campaign is. So primarily we're responsible for the maintenance of the ship, so we do the cleaning, we do the chipping and the painting to keep the ship maintained. When we have a campaign on board, oftentimes the deckhands, as well as other crew members, are helping the campaigners, so we work in tandem with the campaigners or the actions people on board. So usually the deck crew is very involved in the activities going on. I got involved with Greenpeace about 6 years ago, and my first involvement was because I was working on a project that pertained to global activism, and I came across Greenpeace as the largest independent environmental organization, having 3 million members. And so when I started thinking about what global activism meant and what it meant for people to identify themselves as global citizens, then I started doing more research about Greenpeace, got a job working in the fundraising department in the US, and slowly learned more. So it was meant to just be a summer job, and so it's been quite a long summer. But as I learned more about the organization, and you see it particularly on the ships, that you have people from all different countries and all different cultures, and that if people have the same objective and the same kind of collective goal, then no matter what their differences are, they'll find a way to get along. My favorite recently was an art project that we did up in the Arctic, and we were making a picture of the Vitruvian Man out of copper. And so you had the whole crew working together, putting a grid down and then making the circle and making the square. But from the ground, you can't see anything. It just looks like a bunch of flags, and it looks like a big mess. But we plowed through. It took us 4 days. And at the end of it, to go up to the crow's nest or in the helicopter and see what the final piece looked like. And you have this beautiful, glinting copper Vitruvian Man on the ice. It was really neat because you don't always see things from right in front of you, and you have to step back. And yeah, so that was quite nice, I thought. It's not very common for women to work, I think, on ships in general. As the maritime industry globally, it's something women are becoming more and more a part of that industry. On the ship's unit in Amsterdam, as well as the crew on board, make a really strong effort to bring on as many women as possible and work toward having more women on boards for people, because oftentimes some people, for example, on the ships have never sailed with women, and so it's a very team-oriented process to teach people how to work together in a way that is progressive and positive for both of the people involved in that working relationship. So oftentimes it's quite beautiful. Sometimes it's a bit challenging, but it's okay because we always learn from it as instances happen. So far my experience has been great. I came to the ships with zero maritime knowledge at all. I'd never been on a ship before. I had no idea what I was getting into, and I fell in love with it straight away, and I had an unbelievable amount of support from the captain, from the chief mate, from the bosun, who created the space for me to learn and then motivated me in a way that made me want to go seek out more information and more skills on my time off and seek further education. So I've had a wonderful experience as a woman on board.